Yeah. So it go, you know? So it go. Good friends we've had and good.
Running late, but better late than never. Never. You know what I'm saying? It's been a fantastic week. It's been a fantastic day. Yeah, I've been running between the labyrinth and paying my respect, which is due to the elder Ras.S.S, in celebrating his 78th. My brother, can't say I'm jealous, but I was honored to be in the company, you know what I'm saying, and to see your elder brothers amongst you and still take bread, you know what I'm saying, so respect, manners, yeah, and family, I'm telling you from now, we have the man no other than the man himself, yeah, Mr. Colin Robinson in the studio. That relates to our brother again, none other than Mr. Delroy Washington, whose program comes at the end of this week. Yeah, so respect, and I hope obviously that you're mindful to be forgiving of myself for running late. Yeah, but I just saw the thing set. Yeah, so everything is everything. So whilst me just circle a little bit, yeah, but me just play what has become like my introductory tune. Yeah, so see you
now the things are oh so clear. I've got to make a move. Hey, can't sit around, no. Friends are few who really care, and yes, I'd be a fool if I didn't know that. Every action will cause a reaction in my eyes. Said reaction can be a blessing in disguise. So I'll go on and I won't compromise. More strength for the wise. You can go your way, I will go my own. Say the love of the Almighty Jah will lead me on. Yes, you go your way, and I will go my own. The love of the Almighty Jah will keep me strong. Will keep me strong. Come on. There were signs for those who would care to reflect in life. Open your eyes and see. Hey, don't be blind, no. Remember only the truth can stand the test of time, and everything shall be revealed. Hey, just wait a while. So arm in arms, we're working very hard, yeah. The more I give, it seems, the more the man he wants. I'm gonna push on to do the things I do. Yes, I will. You can go your way, and I will go my own. Say the love of the Almighty Jah will lead me on.
Yes, family. Respect and manners. Yeah. Good to be in the studio again. So before anything still, let me just pay my respect to the ancestors, on whose shoulders I do stand. And for them who haven't given me the energy, the substance, the mindset, all those things which has been positive, And before I forget, I must say respect goes out to my sisters, B, Levi, and say Lady Leo, and the rest of the team in regards to the tribute, ancestral tribute for the transition or ascension of Sister Decca up there, in the Edmonton region's Jubilee Park this week. as well as that was over in ours, then paying respect to one of my Tumbi's um, artist, drummer, player. You know, I've even forgot being honest, but nonetheless, myself and the brother Omawali was over there playing our drums, you know, and it was nice. And boy, I mean, I tell you, it was an experience, you know. So we can see, as to the purpose of the thousand drum in paying our respect to our ancestors and our fallen soldiers and those again who have gone on to join their ancestors. You know what I'm saying? And respect again goes out to management, engineers for making this program possible. That's to say to Bless Radio for affording us the blessing for I to know thyself and more for the benefit of you who is the community. My respect goes out to the kings and queens out there active in the fight for justice. Again, because where there's no justice, there is no peace. You know, as I've said, it's been a busy week. So salute to soldiers, generals on the front line, taking the stand, not kneeling, nor bowing at this time. Okay? Again, as you know, my foundation, where I'm coming from, respect to the Joy Gardner family for their enduring strength, and to those who give their support to their cause. The Windrush generation, one of which again was whose funeral had taken place today, I believe, up there in Wolverhampton. Yeah, okay? Respect for that spirited support that was given to her. Yeah, and again, you know, I'm telling you, today was over Lee Bridge Road at the Labyrinth. You know, again, an experience, and in part that explains as to why I'm running late. And from there, again, as I said earlier, paying respect to the elder in Edmonton, R.A.S.S. So, as it is right now, I'm privileged, I'm honored to have the big man himself, Mr. COLIN ROBINSON, who is in the studio with myself. You know, it was a thought really to have him just phone in, you know what I'm saying? But the brother was just so humble in a sense to just say, well, boy, you know something, that was a program for today, so we were coming out of the studio. Yeah, so we're in our studio, and yeah, and the reason for that still is, you know, we have a big thing going on this weekend there, over in the halls then. Yeah, so the best person really to deal with that right now is the man himself. Yeah, so we have a gather with Brett, and then on the other side, I will just hear the big man. Yeah, the big man I will come in and tell you how the thing set and how it will go. Yeah, so just brace yourself, because when we come, the big man.
Day after day, pray and I pray, we could all just learn, leave and love one another, a world without no wars, no boundaries, because we need to learn more of meaning of sharing and caring. Everyone needs someone, yeah. Remember that to no man is an island, oh no. So don't be afraid to give a helping hand. Tell me, am I not my brother's keeper? Let me know. Show love. You got to sow some seeds. Love, hey. Show love. It's what the children need. Show some love. Show some love. Hey. Yes, you know that we need all love we can get, yeah. Now together we go on. Our nation is so strong. Let us move on hand in hand to the promised land. Step in one accord, giving eyes to our Lord. No matter how times are, we must get our reward. Sometimes it's so hard to see where you're going, so you got to remember where you're coming from. Understanding is the only thing that keeps the world turning. righteousness will always live on. Yes, they will. Show love. More love. You got to sow some seeds. Love, love. Hey, hey. Show love.
More love every time.
That's what your children need. Love, love. Hey, hey. Yes, you know that we need all love we can get. Oh, show some love.
Show some love. Yeah, so yeah, anyway, listen, this phone line number 0794443136. Yeah, if there's anything that you want to say out there whilst we're in the studio, feel free to do so.
Tell me, am I not my brother's keeper? Yes, you are.
Every time.
You got to sow some seeds. See, it's what we need. Show love.
Okay, family, we're good to go. Yeah, we want to show some love, and in turn, we want for you to show some love likewise. Okay, so right now, yeah, I'm so honored to have the big man himself, you know, Mr. Colin Robinson in the house, and my brother, Elder. I'd like for you to introduce yourself to let the people know your journey, and for this show particularly, your journey with the one man himself, Mr. Delroy Washington, and what it is that compelled you to honor him in the manner to which you intend on this weekend. And also, obviously, we spent the day more or less together. So, just a reflection on the day, and then where we'll come from again with your brother Russell and all of you.
I would say to you, yes, greetings and blessing to everyone who listen to Bless Radio. It is one of the most outstanding radio stations. And if we as listeners don't continue listening on telephone in and let us know how you feel so we can continue to have station like Bless and keep it going here. Because it's very, very important for us to have a station that we all can understand. Wherever you are in the world, you can hear and know what's happening on the Blessed radio station, yes? Anyway, my name is Colin Robinson, and I'm here to give you a little piece about the man himself, Delroy Washington, yes? He's one of the very first reggae artists ever signed by a major label in England. When Bob Marley came to England, Delroy worked with Bob very, very close. He was like a backing vocalist for them as well, helped them out in various ways. Delroy was signed to CBS as a young gentleman. Then eventually Virgin, he signed on to Virgin, and what they did, as we all know, sometimes these people, they work in tricksters, and they tend to shelf him. And Delroy went and signed to Island Record. And he had several records out with Island Record. But as we all know, Bob was Island #1 artist, yes? In all the movement Delroy made, we must have seen him on TV singing Top of the Pops or any program that was there to see this young black boy singing. And he's got a beautiful voice at them time. He's got a beautiful voice at them time, Delroy was, you know. And it so happened that in Lubbock Grove, he becomes Mr. West London, really, because if we all know about Bridge Park Centre, he was part of it with them, yes?
Yeah, man, respect.
If we all know about the One Love concert that took place in London, the 2 or the 3 One Love concert that ever took place, he was a part of that until some Eurocentric take it away from him. And now they've got it all over England. They put on their own One Love concert, which you have to pay some kind of huge amount of money to go to the concert, you know. And what Delroy was, when he started FORM, Federation of Reggae Music, he had at least 13,000 members.
Wow.
13,000 members he had in form, yes? And the most important what Delroy done for us as well, he was the one who took us into House of Parliament with Don Butler, Professor Gus John.
Wow.
And himself. And another, like, I don't know if it was Professor Davis, Nanawa his name was, yes? And there was at least all the people that's got anything to do with reggae music in England was there in the House of Parliament. We sat down like a workshop and start thinking how we're going to take reggae music forward, because it's no need you're going to do music and you don't get it played on the main radio station like BBC, Radio 1 and all the other stations, so you can get some publishing, because they are getting their music played on these radio stations. And eventually Delroy was moving forward in economics, political, and any other genres you can think of within the reggae music industry. Any question you want to ask Delroy. I've seen a gentleman put out an interview and said that was the last interview with Delroy Washington. No way. No way. That wasn't his last interview. His last interview was with myself and another gentleman named Mr. Lloyd, and that carried on for about 2 hours. It seemed like Delroy know something wasn't right with him. Because he keep on calling me and say, Colin, please come in, man. We want to have an interview with you. When you come in, when you come in. I said, Delroy, so you know I'm doing the reggae exhibition. I'll come and see you next week. He said, nah, man, come now. Come in now. Anyway, I went and see Delroy in his house. And while we was in his house, there's a gentleman at BBMC, Stefan. And that said particular day, we meant to go to Stefan's funeral. And Mr. Fix-It called us and say he hasn't got nowhere to park his car. If he can park. And Delroy said, yeah, man, come park on my yard now. And Delroy and I say went and buy some fish in a fish shop around the corner. He cooked some food, he had some nice food to eat. And we end up in the Stefan, I wouldn't say his funeral, the graveyard done, the party afterward, yeah? And while we was there, a lot of people in the reggae industry was there. Name them, they all was there. And where I was sitting over one side, I remember when it's time to go home, Winston Reedy and Chile and another drummer, can't remember his name, he used to play with Neros Joseph and also Delroy. When Delroy was on stage, he was there with him as well. Anyway, Chile and Winston Reedy dropped me home. And when they dropped me home now, a couple of days later I hear that people get sick. That was in Stefan funeral, yes? And I said to Diane at BBMC a couple of weeks ago, and Diane said, Colin, it's 5 people pass away that was inside there saying on Delroy as well make the 5 person, you know.
So, I mean, that sound recent though, from where I said that.
It's just the other day, not even 4 months ago, my friend. You see? And we didn't take this Coronian violence serious. None of us take it
but
serious.
I mean, it sounds to a certain extent like food poisoning. Yeah, given that it was the reception after a funeral, that it led to another 5 people being sick. But at the same time, because it was during the period of this coronavirus, you know, I say all things.
I say coronavirus, you know.
Yeah, well, it is violent to we. It's more violent to we because now it a discriminate. When it first started, it never discriminate.
No.
But now it a start for this discriminate mostly against we, you know, and like we know, so there's that violence is out there, but we don't know what cause the violence, you know. But before me stop in your flow still, okay, yeah, we're up to the present. Yeah, so that unfortunately is what triggered the situation where we lost, was it 5 members within the music fraternity?
Yes, it was.
Okay, and if we again weren't doing the drumming thing, it would have gone by very silently. But from the description you've given so far of our brother and the role that or the significant role that he played within the music industry and our community, then again I can understand from the passion that you're presenting to myself, because I had a vague idea as to who he was, but already I'm saying, well, when can you have enough, or when is enough, because you're educating myself in what you're expressing, not just to me, but also the listeners.
I think Delroy was more a community leader, not just for us alone. Anyone a problem, economic, social, political, music riot, PRS, MPCS, and any of them, yeah? The first person they would call was Delroy Washington.
Wow.
But the only thing with Delroy, we couldn't even get a minute in. When he hold the mic and talk, yeah, he want to talk for a couple of days.
Okay.
He was one of them type of gentlemen, yes? And when you see people like Gus John was there and understand him as well.
Mm-hmm.
And many more people out there, for you mentioned Delroy Washington, name to them. Boy, I may have a case now, I may have some money for collect a PRS and MPCS. But I go see Delroy and see if he can help me out, you know. And he was the gentleman who would show you how to fill out your form, how to look to get your money back, and how you can do within the music industry, yes?
Mm-hmm.
He was outstanding gentleman, man.
Wow.
You know?
Wow. Yeah, well, I'm honored, obviously, to be rubbing shoulders with such eminent members within our community. And again, I do believe, obviously, our paying our tribute towards our brother, who has now gone on to join at the ancestors come this Sunday, is going to be a fantastic turnout, as well as turnaround, yeah, from our community in honoring him in a community where no doubt he belongs. So we're looking, obviously, whether rain, sunshine, or whatever. Yeah,
we will be there to celebrate his life.
We'll be there to celebrate his life and the contributions.
Again, we didn't celebrate his life. From this area, Tottenham, there was a well-known brother, yeah, Dougie. Dougie. I lift up my memories to Dougie, and I love him. I'm from the other side of London, and I remember once Dougie called me and said, "Colin, I'm doing something on prostate, you know, and I'd like you to come and talk as well."
Wow.
So I went in and opened the mic, and I said, "Yes, one of the most important things when you're getting checked for prostate, take your lover to the hospital or to your doctor with you. Don't just go on your own." And from that time, Dougie never leave me alone. Dougie always there and say, "Colin, please, I need you on that panel. Come and help me out." I stay in Dougie about 5 of his panel. And I've seen Dougie in the East, West, North, South London. So when I heard Dougie passed away, I was totally shocked, because Tottenham has lost a beautiful, upstanding brother. Those who don't know Dougie, we should never let his name die. In no way. We should forever talk about Dougie.
Well, I'm gonna echo that statement, because I mean, for me, you see, come Sunday, it's gonna be exactly 1 year since myself and Dougie was at my own Earth Strong, because unbeknown to yourself up until like now, I'm gonna be saying, even though I put out an ad today to let the community know that come Sunday is actually my birthday as well, you see. And what I've come to realize is, like, my brother Dougie, whose chair you see I'm sitting, is he who's responsible for bringing me in at this studio.
So this was the studio. Oh, blessing, man, blessing.
Yeah, man. and as you're saying, it's like a blessing, and this blessing is for me to know myself. Yeah, because I was out as an activist within the community, but I wasn't a DJ. This was never my platform. He introduced me to this platform. And in his passing, I'm wondering to myself if he was preparing me, because he, within his mindset, knew what was happening. Yeah, because
I must say again, blessed to Dougie, yeah? Because the name Bless, to have a radio station by the name Bless, it means so much, because names, your name can make you go forward, and names can let you go backward, and names can let you stand still.
Yeah, without a doubt. Without a doubt.
Bless. Whosoever choose this name Bless is a gifted person.
Yeah.
Because when we use blessed is the Almighty, the Creator.
So, yeah.
What more word you want to use?
Yeah. So again, it's an awakening. It's an eye opener. So on that spirit, on that elevation and platform, yeah. With yourself, obviously, there is that special relationship with your brother Delroy Washington, yeah, and you've also touched on the fact that Brother Dougie, he transcends all, let's say, boroughs, areas. There's no boundaries, there's no fence which he hadn't gone over. His spirit is within ourselves, and we're sharing that blessing with yourself. So we're now in a world where our spirituality is very much to the forefront.
And it's funny, when Dougie passed away, yes, and Delroy passed away, another great writer, arranger, producer, singer, passed away in Jamaica as well.
And that was?
Babandi.
Wow.
Babandi, yeah? And
wow.
Babandi was a beautiful writer.
Wow.
Yeah, when he done Young, Gifted and Black. That in England gave people at my age upliftment. So we can say young, gifted and black. So we have to look at Babandi and lift him up as well.
Yeah.
And also from Tottenham as well, another great gentleman just passed away there. His name was Count Shelley.
Ooh.
By the music.
By the music, yeah.
And when Count Shelley has put by the music there, a lot of artists used to come into Tottenham, not West London.
Yes.
Third world record.
Yes. Third world record.
That's it.
And you realize what these people start to know Tottenham. He put Tottenham on the map.
Yeah.
A couple of weeks ago, I came into Tottenham, yes, at the Marcus Garvey Library. And to know there's a library in Tottenham by the name of Marcus Garvey Library, we must big them up as well.
Yeah,
so the younger generation will know exactly what Bernie Grant stand for.
Yeah.
It's no need we're going to talk about Don Butler alone as a young MP. Yeah? We have to look at Bernie Grant in Tottenham because the people in Tottenham was there for him.
Yeah. Well, that's 100. And again, I can say my political journey was through Bernie Grant.
Oh, bless him.
Yeah, it was through Bernie Grant. I mean, I was honored to have been at the funeral up there in Alexandra Palace, sitting behind the family, and me seeing within my mind is Bernie Grant had many sons. I am one of them. Likewise, Stafford, Classford, Berkeley. There's so many, But for me, trying to even understand my journey when it involves the like of Brother Dougie, a meeting, Natty as in blessed with yourself, I'm still trying to understand. But I know that we're at a pinnacle time in our journey, and where our spirituality is taking us, and even more so where this 1,000 drum is taking us, because without these 1,000 drums, these figures would probably have gone a little quietly, and we're going to reconnect with our ancestral roots through the drums, through obviously your upliftments, your words, and the power of our coming together, because as you say, that corona violence that they're trying to instigate to divide us by social distancing, we're going to use that drum and the heartbeat to galvanize and to pull ourselves together so that we can rightly acknowledge the likes of Bob Andy, who has gifted us the identity to know that being young, gifted, as well as being black,
it's an honor.
Is an honor.
Yes,
so my brother, I am obviously honored to be seated in this blessed studio opposite, and again looking forward.
We'd like to see a park in Tottenham somewhere, yeah? We want to plant a tree for Bernie Grant.
Yeah.
We want to lay a plaque for Bernie Grant.
Yeah.
We want to play, I'd like to see Bless Radio Station and others and the owners of Bless Radio Station start to champion Bernie Grant. Because without Bernie Grant, we couldn't have had those MP. Because when you looked in the Labour Party, you see next to the leader sit down to his right and to his left, there were black ladies. There were black ladies sitting down there. And you can tell the crowd didn't like it. They did not like it. So only thing Blessed Radio can do is just continue to big up Bernie Grant, because what he has done, it wasn't just for us in England, for the Caribbean, for the Americans, for the Africans, and for the
even
Arabs,
South Africa,
and to the people wherever in the world they are. Bernie Grant was a champion.
Yeah, yeah. And we
You can
need
see in his funeral, you can see at the day in Alexander Palace, he get a king sent off.
Oh yeah, I mean I was there with the drums. I mean, as I'm saying, I was fortunate. Yeah, and the fact that he took the highest point within the borough, up Alexandra Palace, and it's like
very unusual.
Yeah, and it's like he was showing us the promised land. He knew he wasn't going to be there other than in spirit with us, but nonetheless, yeah, he was showing us the promised land. Alexandra Palace being one of the first place where television was being transmitted. Yeah, it is, what do you say?
I like what you said, the very first place where television was transmitted, and the very first place where a black MP went to have his send-off. Yeah, and I mean, I remember, what's his name, Mr. Awuna, which again, I'm saying connects with the very drum that I have got. You know, so when I look on these kind of things, there's like certain bridges, as in music, there's certain bars or whatever. Yeah, I'm still trying to understand. Yeah, but I'm also having to share my joy, which is part of my journey, and where it seems that these links are coming in, because again, the 13th is the same birthday as Stephen Lawrence, where we're dealing with the so-called institutional racism, which Bernie was trying to get rid of. Well, what you just said, if you mention Stephen Lawrence, you must mention 13 dead, nothing said.
Yeah, as in Lewisham.
Yeah. I remember myself as a young boy. I don't speak about this very much. I don't talk about it. I was in Wandsworth Scrub Prison, and when we listened to the radio, we could hear Alice Pascoe on BBC Black Londoner talking about a fire in London. And 13 black get dead. And we as young boys in the jail them time, we just want to slaughter people. We are thinking if we don't kill 13 or few people,
revenge.
We are going to look revenge. And when I look out in the prison yard, there was about 700 of them, and there's only about 40 of us. Yeah? So the head man for the whole of that set of people from South London, I called him and I said, listen, my friend, we can't do them nothing. We might can wipe out one of them, but they may wipe out the whole away. Might just sit down on the floor. Let's do it in another way. Let me write a letter to radio, the BBC radio, yes, Alice Pascoe, and to the governor of the prison. And he said yes, and I did. And we went, me and him and another one and two screw went round and knocked all the cells. And we ended up getting something like £180 from the white prisoners as well. They gave us the wages. And we sent it and give it to Alice Pascoe. And when Alice Pascoe said some people in, and we were young men. Yeah, I was young. But we take it so deep. And until this day, institutional racialism, yes, they have never arrested no one for that. And the younger generation in England doesn't even know that happened to our kind. They know about Stephen Lawrence.
Yeah.
Because Doreen Lawrence take it serious. And she has never given up the fight.
Yes.
And our son, the boys them are the hooligan who took our son life. So it's for us now to champion Bernie Grant. We can't leave Bernie too long. Because I think for you to talk about 1,000 drum, we're sending a message out to someone. Because for Delroy now, yeah, for us to get together. I'm from the other side of London, you're over this side, and I've been to 4 of the drumming so far. The one in the woods, it was amazing. When I saw so many sisters playing drum. Amazing. And then when I saw in Hyde Park as well, young children playing drums.
Yeah.
People dressed up in other culture clothes. I don't know if they what religion they are, but I'm sus they're from North Africa and wherever they're from, that part of the world, yeah. And they was interested in the drumming as well. So at the end of the day, you yourself have started something with this blessed radio station, and we have to continue. Well, everyone out there who doesn't even know about next Sunday, yes? Sunday the 13th of September, Roundwood Park, Alsden Road, London, NW10, 3SH. It will be Delroy Washington, African ancestors salute and honor. So wherever you are, if you can make it there, yes, it would be one of the most upliftment for us as people in England, yes, because if we don't start building our own statue, we won't busk. And continue where Delroy Washington start to lay plaques. Them talk about plaques laying in London, yes. He was the first guy to start to lay plaques for all our people. Yeah? Nubian Jack came after Delroy, yes. So we have to uplift our ancestors. If we don't, the hunters, they will come along and tell their tales. Because we must remember, you know, it's two things about us, yeah. Some of us are Afrocentric, and some of us are Eurocentric. And if we can work out between and see what's happening, the Eurocentric one amongst us, he don't want us to do much for Africa. He's so happy with what's happening around him. But the Afrocentric, he wants us to build ourselves. He wants us to build ourselves. Because if you can look on my wall, you know, yes? Look at the back of these leaflets. He's got so many books.
As a Pan-Africanist.
I can't read in my eyes. If you can tell him
well,
about
I mean,
those books.
Yeah,
which,
well, I mean, these are all a Pan-Africanism series, and my brother is an author, and he's a Garveyite, you know, and yeah, majority of the book deals with Pan-Africanism more so from the Marcus Garvey perspective, yeah, and again, he relates that to the drumming, and not just that he plays the drums, he actually repairs the drums, and he teaches you also to play the drums. But the history or his knowledge that is within his mind, within his spirit, that he can relate to his hands. He's also spent the time, and most of the time when we do have our performance in the parks, he does have a series of books. I mean, I'm looking at the back of the flyers and I can see a total of 8, and I know there are more. Yeah, so if you're fortunate to have the flyer, or if you're able to go on the PASCF events1@gmail.com site, you'll be able to again see this selection or the collection of books that they are there for you. So it is also to educate and to liberate. Yeah, so we're at a time in life, at a moment where we need to liberate our minds. Yeah, we need to identify ourselves. We need to know as to who we are, where we're coming from. And again, if you remember, even Bernie Grant, when he went into the House of Parliament, his demeanor on the day as to his dress, what statement he was making to us. And as my brother says, we need to be able to acknowledge and make monuments of our own, so that our youngers who are coming will be fit to take the baton and run with what had been laid by our forefathers, our ancestors. So our ancestral tribute, no doubt, for this weekend going to our brother Delroy, who has done so much over the years. And again, it takes me back, the Bridge Park complex, as was said. I remember my involvement with the Roland Adams campaign back in probably 91, 92, where we actually did an event in the Bridge Park complex. And again, we know at this present stage, our time, they are in the process of trying to take it away from the community and making it a private enterprise.
To build flats there, and shopping mall, etc.
And things like that. So we need to take a stand, yeah? And in so saying, obviously, this will give an opportunity to consolidate amongst ourselves as to the sacrifices and the effort that our brother Delroy had made. Let that not be in vain. And also, because of his link with the musical or the music fraternity, all of those artists out there, yeah, we are asking that you come with your drum, you come with your positive mindset, and you as a broader community to come to be entertained, to be uplifted in this time. So we are now looking for you to be coming out of rehab, yeah, to be now liberated in your mindset in order to deal with the moment to which we're at now, yeah. So if you say Black Life ever gonna matter, this is the moment that we need to seize. So my salute for your drive, your motivation, my brother, and you know, we definitely need to do what we need to do and what we're presently doing under this blessing setting.
We need more of our own building for ourselves, yeah? So we have to either start to buy our own building, because we're not leaving this place and going away. They say some want to go to Africa and back to the Caribbean, but a lot of us ain't going nowhere at all, yes? So we need our own building just like others have their own as well, yes? If we don't get our own building, our kids, will be lost souls, yes? And all of them will cross over and gone over the other side and don't remember their side anymore. So if we don't get our shit together and start talking, they will take away all that we've got.
Yeah.
And what we don't want, what they don't want, they'll hand back to us, you know, because if you can see the music which is out there, most of the music they play is black music.
Yeah.
And we can see, if a lot of us don't understand who we are, yes, in this world entity, yes, we're the best runner, we're the best boxer, we're the best scientist, yeah, we're the best driver. Creativity, yes. We are better lovers than them.
Creativity.
Yeah. So if you start to look and see all these, they talk about the traffic lights and the invention that we have done.
Yeah, our creation. Yeah.
Please, just take some time out and look at what we have given to the world, man.
Yeah.
We have given the world so much, and they gave us less.
Well, they give us nothing in return, and they don't even appreciate us.
So to be on this blessed radio station today is a blessing. I have turned down several radio stations. Every day they're saying, Colin, come on my station, because I haven't even touched nothing about myself as yet, yeah? I haven't even said nothing, because this is not the time.
Well, again, you're saying that, but it is really a strange thing, because, I mean, I've come to know you probably in the last 5 weeks.
Yes.
And we first met just down the road.
Yes.
And from the moment our spirit tech, are we still trying to, well, we're not even trying, because we know each other already in spirit.
Because most of the people I know, when you took me to Ras-Al play Earth Strong today, everyone, all those musicians that came in there, I knew them long time. I knew Ras-Al when he was about 18 years old.
Yeah, well, again, it's like when we talked this morning.
Yes.
And the conversation was to be had, like to give Ras-Al the number for yourself to contact him.
Yeah.
And it was meant to be a surprise. And then, afterwards him phone him back and tell me, says, "Smart, just done bust that part already."
It's not a surprise anymore.
Yeah, it's not a surprise. Somebody from up north. I don't even know who. You understand? But obviously I'm counting my blessing because Rasa live in my community. Yeah, and I know his house, he knows my house. You know what I'm saying? And I've known the family from a younger because he knows my struggle, my fight that I've had to go through in a headman
But
time.
you're a fighter, and to be honest, what you said to me in the car coming, yes? There's few like you around.
Well, we don't know.
There's few.
We don't know
You know,
because
you haven't sold out yourself to no one. You're still the same person. You haven't changed to suit no one. I'm
Yeah.
like, you see the way I dressed? I dressed in African clothes like Bernie, yeah? To the last about nearer to 30 years. When I say nearer to 30 years, about 2 years ago, my friend, I don't want to say what name, he said we're having a party in the Hilton Hotel, but you must dress black shirt and blue tie and pink hat and yellow shoes. Mr. Tim said, my friend, I do not change my attire. I dress African. So I will not come to your black tie business. Eh? Go and enjoy yourself, you and everyone else. Because to be honest, I've got over 40 African piece of clothes, garment, yes? And I wear them every day. I find it easy to wear them.
Yeah.
And I'd like to see more of my brother out there dressing in African garment because eventually we make them become much wealthier,
Yes.
much richer.
Yes.
Our culture, people see it and want to stand up. We don't have to hide in our garment.
Yeah.
If you look there, yeah, my friend, you can see the way he dressed as well.
Yes. Africa.
He was a man in his garment as well.
Yes.
So it's very important for us to have our garment. For the younger one, him to come and know we don't have to wear these people, these big shop in Oxford Street. I don't call them names sometime, yeah. And we don't have to drive for them car. For them big. And when we are driving them car, we advertising. I hate when I see reggae artists make record and I sing about him car and him a drink this type of drink. They're not paying no money for him to use those names. They're not paying no money for him to tell people so that drink that me drink. If they want to give him some money, let them give him some money, then he can talk about the drink.
Drink. That's right. That's
But
right.
a lot of them is going off the rail talking about him shoes that upon him foot who make it. The car where my driver off a car. The clothes where I wear are this and that, yeah. The woman, the man bag where them I wear is this and that, yeah. I think we're giving up very
Too much.
easy.
Yeah,
we're giving
well-
away too much.
Yeah. So again, we need to identify with ourselves, to our ancestral past, and once we can do that, as they say, you don't know where you're going unless you know where you're coming from. You know. So again, I mean, I'm looking at the flyer here still, and I've got this the reggaeexhibition.com. Now, does that relate to yourself?
Yes, it is, you know. We are doing the
Okay.
reggae, we're doing the exhibition now. That's why Delroy get close to myself. When Delroy
Okay.
came to the exhibition on his site, he said, Colin, I have never seen reggae music being represented this way. It's outstanding. And so far we've done exhibition in Tottenham, with Dougie was there as well, you know. Is it Colchester all over the back there? We've done it all over that side, and we had
Parkview?
it's near a park, you know.
Yeah, it's probably Parkview because you've got Parkview, which is a school, which again I've been to a number of events that the brother had organized there, and the other one was a Chestnut. So I'm taking
Chestnut. Sorry.
Oh,
You
it's a
just mentioned-
Chestnut.
It's a Chestnut center. We was there
Okay.
for 3 days. Yeah, and we had over 700 people came. The Jamaica High Commission came as well,
Okay.
and
okay.
he's with Russell was there,
Oh,
and
right.
Dougie was there as a curator as well.
Okay. Okay.
And at the end of the day, one lady came to us and said, "My God, this is not supposed to be an exhibition. It's a museum." When we done it in Goldsmith University, a lady came to the exhibition and she went away and she brought back about 3 more of her friends and a couple of young children. And they went round the building, and when she was going away, she said to me, "This is not an exhibition, this is a reggae museum."
Museum. Okay.
She gave me an envelope and it's got £1,000 in it. We done one in the African Center in the city, and again a gentleman and his wife came, And when they were going, they said, you know something? When I saw the Blue Spot Gram as a young boy, I thought someone lived inside of it. So that's how you mean someone. He says mother and father used to go into the front room every Sunday. And they could hear this music playing. And his mother and father was happy. And him want to know how them so happy. Not until he grew up and realized his father used to lock up the white rum inside.
Okay.
So that was a part of it. So we've got 2 Blue Spot Gram in our exhibition. We got some old records. We got old turntable. Alton Ellis' son said to me a couple of months ago, I'm going to give you one of Alton Ellis' suit to put in the exhibition. Gregory Isaac, one of his close friends said they got Gregory Isaac's suit. They're going to give us for the exhibition. We got guitar that was played on certain Bob record in the exhibition. And many historical paraphernalia inside of it, you know. So, and at the end of the day, if I weren't doing the exhibition, Delroy Washington wouldn't have given me next of kin for his legacy to make sure we put it out there and get it right as well, you know.
Okay, well.
But I'm coming from, as a young man, yes, I remember being at a band named Coptic Root with a singer named Nearest Joseph.
Oh yeah, Nearest Joseph I've heard of.
And Nearest Joseph done one track for us. We didn't finish the album and he went and signed for Fashion, where there was more excitement at Fashion, etc., etc. But to be honest, when our band used to play out, we used to have a crowd of cars behind our minibus, you know.
Awesome.
And while we had a set of cars behind it, no one didn't understand it. We had people from St. Lucia, Dominica, Trinidad, Jamaica. We had even one Cuban in the band.
Okay.
So you get a mixture of people want to come out and listen to their cousin or their relative who is in the band. So when we talk about reggae as well, we must talk about what the Cuban has put into reggae. Larry Aiken was a Cuban. And then we have some people from places like Trinidad, Barbados, that came into the reggae world.
Okay.
It wasn't just Jamaican in Jamaica.
Okay. So that's in a sense uniquely you could say multicultural.
It was.
Even though the dominant culture was still African.
Yes.
Even then, you know. Well, again, my brother, I'm so honored to be sitting, you know, in a chair that my brother Dougie had presented me with, and again to be able to hear a little bit of your background, because again, as you said rightly, this isn't about us as individuals, but about the legacy of our good brother Delroy Washington. The legacy, the names again to which you've mentioned, means then it should be easy for us to come out in order to contribute to this legacy. And again, what we're asking of them is that at this present stage, it's difficult to have amplified music. So the amplification comes from each individual walking with their heartbeat, which we want for them to externalize and to turn it into the form of a drum. And I'm going to be encouraging of you out there, the listeners, please, that you subscribe to the Okombozil PASCF YouTube's channel, and you can go on the Okombozil.org group, because there is what we call a unity beat out there. It's a common beat which we are asking of all of us to learn. It includes Naya Bingi, whatever different fraction of music that you play, even a pan, any instrument, it's basically 1, 2, 3 bass. But if you go on the website, my brother Omawali is happy to be able to train, or he's already done a video that you can visualize. I myself, because I was at the Labyrinth today, I will be able to share that video again with yourself. And before I forget, let me just salute my brethren, Duke Basie. It was busting up the drum next door.
He was doing very good, very, very, very good today, you know. And to see so many young boys and girls and come out as well, want to do drumming. The mother ain't feel shy.
Listen.
Our ancestors love what's happening today.
Listen, but did you get that energy when we was leaving or something?
Yes. I saw the energy. People keep coming and said to us, "Where you two going?" Can you remember? One woman at the gate come up and said, "My God, why you two going away?"
Yeah. So we're wondering to ourselves if this thing is still going on inside the park there. You know what I'm saying? But what a space again. You know, that is quite a unique space. I find it quite mystical just walking there. You know?
But so far, how many of those drumming take place in London so far?
It's hard to say, but
there was one in Canning Town, East London,
yeah.
And the reason why that one was in Canning Town, I said to Omalawi, yeah, when the ships used to come, they used to have a West Indian docks.
Okay.
Where a lot of our ancestors come in. And there's a so-called history about people coming from the Caribbean. A lot of people came into Canning Town first.
All right.
But that's like hidden.
Okay.
The ships were coming there with the sugar cane.
With the sugar cane.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm familiar with what do you say, Jamaica Street, where I think it's London Docks.
Exactly. That's why they got those places by those names.
Okay.
Because our ancestor came in there in Bristol.
Okay. Yeah, well, again, the London, the Jamaica Street I'm familiar with because there was some time back I used to work at the Metro and that's where the HQ was, right?
There must be a reason for them to call it Jamaica Street, yeah?
Yeah, because obviously a lot of, as you say, would have come in and that's where the sugar, the rum. and
it's funny, you know, a good while ago when the Commonwealth game was on, I went up to Scotland. And when I went to Scotland, and a beautiful road, massive street, you can see most of the Caribbean country flags. But there was two outstanding flags, very high up in the air. It was Barbados and Jamaica.
Yeah.
And if you go and study the history of Scotland, what Barbados has done for Scotland and Jamaica, yes, because they had more land. Barbados was where they used to do the sugar before they took it down into Jamaica, yes. And Barbados has made so much money for Scotland. It's unbelievable.
Well, it's not
our history that what they've done to us. Yes. Those were one of the main country that ripped us without we knowing they're ripping us.
Yeah, well, I mean, my connection with that is obviously insofar as when they say Commonwealth. Yeah.
Who is that? Who is he?
Now, I'm saying from a British English perspective, when they say Commonwealth, their Commonwealth was from our Caribbean islands.
That's why I asked who is Commonwealth, you know, who is he, who names her?
Yeah, well, that is the way they twist their words. And it's for us to better understand where their wealth came from was the Caribbean. So they say it's a Commonwealth because it was very lucrative. Even myself, I mean, I traveled to Scotland. I went like on a pilgrimage because I've got a slave name, which is Morrison. So I took the liberty one year to myself and the wife.
Go and find your
kids. I went out. I ended up out in the Outer Hebrides, myself and the wife.
But I mean, you've gone far.
Listen, I took a people's carrier, and we drove. You know, we drove for days and days, and the funny thing is, we drove until it get dark, and we can't drive no more. And then when it get dark, I then asked my wife to go, because we're looking bed and breakfast. Because if them see a black man, they said, boy, they might not want to accommodate. But if they see a black woman, they'll be more receptive.
Yes,
you understand? Yes. Yeah, we end up out in the Outer Hebrides. And then I went there and I traced my name. And I even met an author who writes the history on, I had him sign the book. So I've been on a journey which has been very much a research because I was conscious and mindful as to where my oppressors, where they come from. Yeah. So when I talk about Commonwealth, I know it's again the same when I went Caribbean Question Time when I was representing the same
Caribbean Question Time. It's the name of it.
It's the equivalent to Question Time, but from a Caribbean perspective. Yeah, and then I was wearing the colours of UKIP, and then people was looking at me.
UKIP.
Yeah, and people was looking at me. Listen, I put myself in the closet with the whistle amongst them because what do you say? Like I said, in the
Well,
Lions Den.
you mentioned UKIP today, and I was saying the reason why I vote to come out, yes? So you was one of them that want to come out of Europe.
Listen, how come you're 69 before we went in? We were gaining our independence, yeah? This European Union, as you see, obviously, they said same Commonwealth. They were losing this Commonwealth when we were gaining our independence. So they devise amongst themselves, yeah, how can they contain us to maintain their Commonwealth? And then they created the common market. You see,
The simple man market, yeah, the common.
you see what I'm saying? Their common interest.
Yes, yes.
Yeah? When it deals with their interest, them call it common. You understand? Same as Commonwealth. So our eyes now needs to be open. I mean, obviously, I take a lot of flag. I mean, Brother Dougie is the only one that was able to persuade me to talk on that subject.
Yeah,
Those years back, because most of my community here, they were cussing me out. The only grace I had is some was saying, boy, I wear them up to now, because they know I'm an activist, because I've been on the front line.
You see, well, we have to say that, well, I'm so pleased to sit here in front of you on this blessed radio station, speaking about our ancestors and our past, eh? And I can see up there on the wall, it's 0794 44 31 366. And that's the telephone number for the radio station, yes?
Yeah, well, I think that is going to have to be a next time still, yeah? Because, I mean, we've got 15, well, yeah, we've got less than 15 minutes. Yeah, 15 minutes to go. So I look forward at some stage, yeah, for us to engage. I'm sure there's a number of listeners out there who obviously are honored themselves because it reminds them of their journey and the contribution that you had made towards their development.
I don't want to say too much at this moment, yeah, but the injustice of the British justice system, yeah, it's a true story based on my experience of being in London, England.
Just London or England?
In England, and this is a book to be published.
Okay.
My book.
Okay. All right. Well, we look forward.
We'll have to sit down another time to sit down and talk about
and look
this,
at that, yeah.
and see where we've got everything that ever done it any black man in England.
In England.
How many been to prison? How many die in?
Well, again, that look and seeing it looks like so painful.
It is painful.
You know, because I think one of the greatest injustice that I've seen and I've lived through and I've been party to, and what has given me the motivation to enable me to go on to the extreme of joining even UKIP was the death of Joy Gardner. You know,
justice hasn't been done until this day. As we know, it's an institutional racialism taking place.
Yeah.
Still, it hasn't been shut, and they're not gonna come away from that maybe for another couple of years.
Well, we're not gonna let them get away with it, yeah, because I mean they talk about what is happening on the other side of the world in the USA, but you know, Britain is not. Their hands are not clean. You know, if anything, there's more blood on their hands than even America. Yeah, and when I talk with Mum, you know, as Myrna, and she make it known to me that her brother's been in the wars, you know, fighting for the so-called justice and democracy of this land, you know, and to see the pain that was inflicted, you know, on her. You know, and growing up with Graham, because Graham again is around me and he's into the music, so he would benefit from your advice, yeah. But what I'm also mindful of is the power of music, as what Bob would say. When it hits you, you don't feel no pain, yeah. But the vibration is gonna compound and trouble your conscience, which is what we need to do.
They used to have a club in Lambert Grove named the Mangrove, yes?
Yeah.
And the gentleman that owned it was a Trinidadian gentleman driving a nice sport car. The police, they arrested him 30 times. And they couldn't make a charge out of none of them. So that's in my book as well.
Well, I'd imagine
The
because
first black guy that was racial killing in London, it's inside of there as well. Jai Gardner is there.
okay,
Stephen
okay,
Lawrence is
there.
there, yeah.
Okay,
And any name it, from Birmingham right down to London, the research
Okay.
that we have done to get it
okay,
there in black and white, yes.
Black and white,
It's over
okay.
1,400 people die in police custody. And it's over 600 black boys and girls, black women as well, die within police custody.
okay,
And
okay.
some die in prison as well, which they didn't want us to know much about that. So what's happening in America, we have to publicize what's happening in England here to us as well.
That's right. That's right.
Because if you can see Stephen Lawrence's mother, he still didn't get justice really, because the rest of the other two boys walking on the road
That's right.
like nothing ever happened.
That's right. Yeah. And I think there's a strategic move on their part in putting her in the House of Lords, thinking that she would be quiet. But yeah, my sister, my mum there, she's not gonna rest on her laurels. you
Well,
know, so-
Lawrence's father took his body home to Jamaica for a reason,
yeah,
and bury him
for
on his
peace.
land where maybe his other ancestor they buried there.
Yeah, yeah.
Because he's hurt bad, you know.
Oh yeah, I see the
Depths, he's
pain.
hurt. When I say he's hurt,
Yeah, I see the pain.
Yes,
you
yes,
know,
yeah.
and again, I was involved with the campaign at the earlier stages. You know, that's part of my journey. And again, every year, because I share the same birthday, my spirit is always there.
Okay, okay.
You know, and again, it's the same. I can share because Joy Gardner's mum, Myrna, I think is her brother or somebody is also in part responsible for looking after the grave down there. So there's these overlap and connections, you know, that are had within the community that the community needs to know. But insofar as your book, I mean, obviously it's interesting. I'm gonna want, as soon as you go to print, I'm gonna obviously request of you for a signed copy, you know, because where there's no justice,
we've
there
got
is
so
no,
many
there's
people
no
saying,
peace.
yeah. We've got
Yeah.
so much article and story, yes, which you can go
Yeah.
through it. This is Broadwater Farm.
Yeah,
You can
yeah,
read about Broadwater Farm there.
Yeah. Well, again, I'll be honored because again, you know, the question beckons. You know, when is enough? You know, and where I'm saying again, you know, it's about time.
We can
you
see
know.
here the very first racial killing,
Killing.
Kelso Catherine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we take all of them and they signed when I came to England as a young man.
Okay.
Vacancy.
Vacant. No
Room
dogs.
to let.
No dogs. No blacks. No Irish. Yeah. So family, you see where I'm going? Yeah. The responsibility is still with us. Yeah. It's in our hands. We can't afford to let them use corona violence and divide us to the extent that we don't show no love. Yeah. Now the park event enable us to social distance if we have to. Yeah. So we're not giving no excuse. Yeah. We say that we are breaking their rules. Yeah. So as like how Muta wear a mask and then believes that the mask are gonna make the difference, right? Make we wear a mask. You understand? Or if you don't want to wear it, certainly just bring it. You understand? Let's wrap it around you. Or put a bandana around your neck. You understand? Because we're not giving no excuse to stop we from socialize. You understand? Them are gonna come with a helicopter. Yeah? Or if I'm a helicopter, them are gonna use drone like when we did I do brother Dougie's thing.
They try drone too.
Yeah man, them bring drone. Me not see that me not see that video there yet. So I'm
joking.
assuming that they probably was responsible for that. You understand? But one of the good thing that obviously Brother Dougie show we from the off, he said, well, if we are gonna socialize, we need to do it in an open space. Yeah. And a lot of people have been doing
You're playing with your
doing likewise. Yeah. A lot of them are do likewise. Yeah. So we not break no rules, we not break no law. Yeah. We are social distance, but we are represent. Yeah, and we're representing the way where we are say all the dry bones that is associated with our ancestors. Yeah. We are gonna use the drum beat. so that they themselves can be down there resting and playing music amongst them dry bones. Yeah, and that they will feel the vibration. Yeah. So we just want to, if we put in the muscle and carry on ourselves and be present in our park. Yeah. And come with a good heart.
The name of the park there, it's
yeah. And this is a Brownswood Park over there in Alsden Road, London Northwest 10 3SH. Yeah, and for myself, Alsden has got such a fantastic history with the man no other than my cousin Philip, you know, and was Philip Wright.
You know, I've got several clash, you know, with people in Brixton. They want to know, did reggae started in Alsden or they started in Brixton? And at the end of the day, I would give up and say reggae was in Alsden, West London, before in Brixton. Because you've got the largest reggae distribution ever in the UK. That was Jetstar. And then you had Delroy used to tell us about several bands. R.A.S.S was in one of the first reggae band in England. The very first. Next time I come on your program, I should find out the name of it, so if anyone we can tell them the name of it, you know, because reggae do not belong to us anymore. Reggae is a world heritage. When you see UNESCO has just granted Jamaica reggae fraternity a honor to give it as a world heritage now. Babsy Grange, Minister of Culture and Minister of Sport, possible, whatever she is. She has got the highest award from UNESCO for reggae music. So it's not a Jamaica thing anymore. It's a
universal
world. Yeah. Because I remember I've seen a write-up with Daddy Ernie. And, what's his damn name? Carol Thompson's husband, he worked at the BBC. And it was a good write-up because, to be honest, one of them was saying why UNESCO wanted to give reggae award. What are they after? Are they want to take it in the next 100 years? You know, we have to start ask questions.
Yeah, yeah.
And we're not asking the question why these people want to give us a title. So because we've been playing reggae for the last about 60, 70 years in England, all over the place, and they never come and give us no award. Never give us no title.
Yeah, well, again, it touches back on what you'd said earlier insofar as our creativity. You know, they are the ones who seem to have got the rights, and we are struggling now to get the royalties that comes from those rights, you know. So our intellectual properties we need to secure, you know, and where the energy still is amongst us, we need to be able to secure, you know.
I'm a bit concerned, you know, because if you looked at when Jesse Owens was running in Germany at them time, and when Hitler saw he's going for the 7th race, he get up and walk out. So these people, they know more about us than we know about ourselves.
That's right, 100%. And you saying that takes us to the fact that prophecy is being fulfilled and them know it, and then we are in denial. Yeah, we need to know that prophecy is fulfilled. It's in their interest right now, insofar as COVID-19 is concerned, to keep us separate. Yeah, because we can't form any strategy. Even like we're talking here, anything we say, them don't know. Anything we talk, we have to use the phone. So for us to come together in a meaningful way, we need open space. That's why I need to come to the park. You understand? Because you're going to get that good vibration. You're going to see unity. You're going to see strength. You're going to see powers. And when you see powers, you're going to see the oneness. Yeah? And we not discriminate. You understand? Because we are not like them. We're not like them. Yeah? Our normal, our original, our origin is love. Our oneness is with nature. So we can embrace everything. But they, because they know the truth, they are jealous, envious, how we say bad mind, grudgeful, and envious. Yeah, make we get it right.
There was already two that's not bad.
You never know. That's kind of showing a little bit of age there. Them bad mind, them grudgeful, and them envious. You understand?
I remember which artist was that, no, but that did play in England for a good while. Anyway, I must say again, know thyself. We all should know ourselves,
and stay blessed.
And stay blessed, and big up Blessed Radio Station.
Every time.
Which their telephone number is 0794 4431 366.
Okay, so just log that in your records, because we're gonna come back at some point, and my good brother is gonna honor us in the studio. We're gonna look at the injustice, because that still continues. Presently they're talking about Black Lives Matters, and the seed I'm sowing amongst yourselves, which I've done previously, we're talking about us liberating our minds and also liberating their minds, because their reason and excuse is, well, all lives matters, and for that reason we say enough is enough. We all need to liberate our minds in order that we have that level playing field, because you see, when we have that level playing field, them can't compete with we, because we are the original champions. You understand? All creativity, everything comes from we, even them too. You understand? So there's no denying. So them know the truth, and do not pretend, or we are pretend so we don't know it. You understand? So we also stay blessed, because it's 1 minute past 10, and me want to get to him, because it's been a very long day. I've been at the labyrinth, so respect to Galactic Clyde and the family over there at the Lee Bridge Road, the labyrinth. I've got some pictures that I'm going to share with you. You understand? So if you know some things, I dance and I jump and I run around, just things is one on the family. You understand? Because the sun has shined. And also salute to you, myself, my brother Russell. And again, it was a pleasure to see Keith Mindlink. You understand? Me and my brother, they go to school. You understand?
There were several of them in the back garden there,
it was an honor to.
In the back garden, so it was a blessing.
It was a blessing and an honor, and again to be able to roll with you today, my brother.
Well, what I'll do next, I'll come on your station another time, and I can give a little bit more to the crowd and to people that listen to Blessed Radio Station, because at the end of the day, I have never touched what I used to do. I lived in Nigeria for a good while. I've been to Nigeria, Ghana, Togo, South Africa. I used to do the African language school.
Okay. Well,
I used to do Ga, Tri, Akan, Yoruba, Swahili, Osa, Amrikiba.
Okay. Well, when we have the occasion, and it's for you to let me know, then obviously we'll promote it a week or two in advance. Though
That's
that
in
they,
the book. That would be like promoting my book,
Yeah.
And another thing I've done in London, I've tried so many things, man. I've tried so many things in England, I've done the Beatle Rally. The first black man ever done it. And it was on the radio, it was on TV.
Okay.
And the following year we tried racialism, came in and mashed it up. How can the black man put on a Beatle Rally?
Okay.
And Beatle cars just came out from everywhere.
Yeah.
at the same time, Delroy, I know about it because I've never left Delroy out, nothing I've done.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and he will forever be with you, or be with us.
Yes. Even brother Dougie is two soldiers that will never leave us.
Never leave. You understand? Because again, it's two seeds between the two. You can see us how they overlap. And had it not been for my good brother, we probably would not have met. Well,
it's for a reason.
It is for a reason.
So big up themselves as well. Stay blessed.
Stay blessed every time.
Everyone that listens to the radio station.
Okay.
And we're hoping to be back on the station again to continue this conversation. It's a blessing.
Okay. I hope that family, you listening out there, that you've been well fed. I'm saying that I hope that you've had enough. I'm not saying that I've had enough, but you see, responsibility, nature calls. You understand? I've got to go home. Because it's one thing me and my brother Dougie share. You see, community work take you away from your family, and if you're not careful,
Never done.
it's never done, and your relationship done.
Yes.
You understand? So we have to be mindful of these limitations that we have to impose on ourselves. Yeah, so we're going to love you and leave you. And my good brother Colin will be back. And when we are back, then the numbers to which he had been given to you, you will have it a week or two in advance so you can make your plans. You understand? Because there's a lot of history which lies within the mind, yeah, and the heart of my brother. And there's so much that he had done, and there's so much yet to be done. Yeah. So we say more love, more joy, yeah, and collectively, as we say, this chain is as strong as its weakest link. So we are asking of you all to be strong in this time, yeah, because there might not be a next time. Yeah.
Judgment come, seize the war. Hey, seize the war.
I could jump that one. Yes.
Run away, run away, run away, run away, run away.
Yeah, we are the runaway slave. You understand? Any of them let we out. Yeah? We not go back unless we are going to give them trouble and problems. Yeah? So now is the time to give them some problem. Yeah? Where there's no justice, there cannot be any peace. You understand? So we are going to come back and deal with the injustice which goes back what? About 40 years? Yeah, about 40 years in the book. Yeah? And for those, again, like me I say, in this Aringaya, yeah, the ultimate injustice, yeah, was how they mummified our sister, our mother, our auntie, yeah, Joy Gardner. Yeah, we now forget that. Yeah, Bernie now forget that. And the other thing is, as was said, we have to honor Bernie more so, stronger. You understand?
Deserve that.
Yeah, because him deserve that to the max. You understand? So we are gonna put muscle parts on dry bones. Yeah, but remember, come this Sunday. Yeah, and okay, from 3 p.m. till sunset. Alright, listen. This sunset, you know, sister, the sun I go down quick faster and faster now, you know. So that's the only thing. Yeah, because yeah, English weather is a funny thing, you know. Someday you don't even see sun. Yeah. So yeah, Father God, we have to ask if we honor with that. We have a very long day that day there. Yeah. So listeners, peeps, family, have a fantastic week. Be strengthened. Social distance in a manner that you can embrace or touch, as them say. Yeah, but who God bless, no man curse. Yeah, so sooner rather than later.
Brainwash education could
Father, make them brainwash.
I've met many more soldiers on my way.
We want more soldiers.
There is one thing that all would say. Oh Lord, I'm glad to be a free man. Remembering all the patriots who died along the way.
Where's the champion? Where is he? Is he around? Is this, we're not on the air no more. Are we still on the air?
No, I'm just turning it on.
Run away, run away, run away, run away, run away. Say I run away, say yeah, oh boy, yeah. Leave the fight another day. Come on, run away, run away, run away, run away, run away. They call me run away slave. Oh. To all my brothers in the West, you know you got to come away, yo. You see the East, it is the best. So far away you from those Edens down. Some drown in their capitalism, then take up the easy man and schism. But I ain't go deal with them doctrine. I ancient king, yeah, more than 400 years, and yet still the Rasta man a cry. We not go let the devil control us. No, 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 no. They could have planned them plot, no matter how hard them try. Remember that he's standing by your side. Standing by your side. Just a little love is what we need. What we need. With a little encouragement, every man can succeed. Oh Lord, put away your hatred and your greed. And your greed. In this time, children, you better sow good seed. Come on, do you remember Marcus and all the wonderful teachings he taught us? Yeah. Do you remember Martin? He had a vision for all of their children. Whoa. I try remember Malcolm for his determination and wisdom. Yeah. And don't forget Brother Nelson, cause they could never keep a good man down. More than 400 years, and yet still the Rasta man a cry. I never let the devil control that. Oh Lord, no, 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 no. They could have planned them plot, no matter how hard them try. Remember that he's standing by your side. Yeah. Whoa, 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 whoa. Just standing by your side. Yes, all the time. So don't be fooled. Everything that glitters is not gold, no. We're just passing through prophets, priests from days of old. So don't join them in their folly. You will surely end up sorry. In the room we cannot tarry, because we read the signs already. More than 400 years, and yet still the Rasta man is cry. We never let the devil control us. Whoa. No, 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 no. We could have planned them plot, no matter how hard them try. Remember that he's standing by your side. Oh Lord, standing by your side. Yeah. More than 400 years, and yet still the Rasta man a cry. We not gonna let the devil control us. Oh Lord, no, 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 no. We could have planned them plot, no matter how hard them try. Remember that he's standing by your side. Yeah. By your side. It's a long time, girl, I've known you, and many good things I have shown you. So you should understand the man in me. Through all the good times and the bad times, you never played around with my mind. All the blessings we have are plain enough to see. Oh, and if you're far away, I keep thinking, how am I gonna see your face? I got to write myself a letter, yeah, and send it to you right away. I've been calling you on the telephone just to hear your voice. But don't you worry now, girl, cause I'll soon be home and everything will be alright. Impressing on my life, you're a foundation. Are you good, you them for the revolution? So respect you, I love you. Impressing on my life, you're my one and only. No matter what I want, me not gonna leave you lonely. I need you, it's all about you. Angel, you are so very important. love is vital. I need your full 100, I don't want a portion, no way. I come and make a give you love and devotion, always, rain or shine. We'll keep it tight, yes we will. It's a long time, girl, I've known you, and many good things I have shown you. So you should overstand the man in me. Through all the good times and the bad times, you never played around with my mind. All the blessings we have are plain enough to see. And if you're far away, I keep thinking, am I gonna see your face? I'm gonna write myself a letter, yeah, and send it to you right away. I've been calling you on the telephone just to hear your voice. So don't you worry now, girl, cause I'll soon be home and everything will be alright. Impressing on my life, you're a foundation. Are you good? You for the revolution, so respect you. Hey, I love you. Hey, impressing on my life, you're my one and only. No matter what I want, I wouldn't leave you lonely. I need you. It's all about you. Impressing on my life, you are my foundation. Are you good? You for the revolution, so respect you. My words were not taking stand here. I had enough to land them down. Everyone knows. I read it in the papers. Talk about the fight against crime. Yes, I know you must be crazy. Seems your politicians, they have lost their mind. Can't you see all those hard drugs are causing destruction? Scrambling all the people's brains, this just cannot go on. It is better for us to many on the positive. So brother Islam, now my friend, get ready. Come and let us in. Stronger, stronger. It's the bubble man, him have to burn it, yo. Anywhere we go, we have to stronger now. Stronger, stronger. Some break that delay up the past the fire. I and I blaze me marijuana. We're up in England, we have a lot of rules and regulations, yeah. But I don't partial, I'm burning up the precious weed of wisdom. It was found on the grave of late King Solomon, yeah. So I not take no order from the wicked Babylon, no way. Stronger, stronger. It's the dengue man, you have to burn it, yo. Anywhere we go, we have to